Today we share the Elves and the Shoemaker from Germany, told and retold across generations. Long ago in a small town, a kind shoemaker and his wife were very poor. He had only enough leather for one pair of shoes, yet he worked carefully and trusted that goodness would find a way. Before we go on, if you enjoy stories like this from around the world, please like and subscribe for new stories daily. In the morning, after he prayed, the shoemaker went to begin. To his surprise, a perfectly finished pair of shoes stood on his table. He lifted them, turning them over in wonder. Every seam was neat, every line just right, as if a master had crafted them in the night. He and his wife looked at each other, amazed and quiet, not sure how such a gift had come. Soon a customer arrived, liked the shoes very much, and paid more than usual. With that money, the shoemaker bought leather for 2 pairs. He cut the pieces in the evening, set them neatly on the table, and trusted the morning. When dawn came, both pairs were finished, just as perfect as before. The shop felt brighter, and hope warmed the little room. Again and again it happened. Whatever he cut at night was finished by morning. Buyers kept coming, and soon the shoemaker earned a good living. At last he became truly comfortable. Still, he and his wife wondered who was helping them. Their hearts felt thankful, and they wished to understand the kindness that had changed their days. Not long before Christmas, after cutting the leather as usual, the shoemaker's wife spoke gently. "How would it be if we stayed up tonight," she asked, "to see who lends us this helping hand?" The shoemaker agreed. They were a little nervous, but very grateful, and they wanted to thank whoever was bringing such good fortune. Near midnight, the room grew very still. Then 2 tiny elves came in. They were small, quick, and wore no clothes at all. They hopped onto the chairs, sat by the work table, and set to work. Their little fingers stitched, sewed, and tapped with tiny hammers so swiftly that the shoemaker could hardly believe his eyes. The elves worked and worked until all the shoes stood finished on the table. Then they ran quickly away into the night. The shoemaker and his wife stepped out from their hiding place, amazed and full of gratitude. Now they knew who had helped them, and they began to plan how to thank the little workers properly. In the morning, the wife said, "They have made us rich. We must show our thanks. They run about with nothing on and must be cold. I will make them shirts, coats, vests, trousers, and stockings. You make them 2 little pairs of shoes." The shoemaker smiled and agreed at once. They set to work with loving care. That night they set the little gifts on the table instead of leather, then hid behind the hanging coats. When midnight came, the elves bounded in and looked around for work. Seeing the clothes and shoes, they stared in surprise, and then laughed with delight. Quickly they dressed themselves from head to toe in the tiny fine things. Dressed so finely, the elves sang, "Now we are boys so fine to see, why should we longer cobblers be?" They danced, skipped, and leaped over chairs and benches, then danced out the door into the night. They did not return, But the shoemaker prospered all his life. Kindness had met kindness, and good fortune stayed. Be thankful and generous, and help will find its way. And that was the story of the Elves and the Shoemaker. What did you think of the story and the lesson learned? Share a comment below